विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा, झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा। आप सभी से निवेदन है, यह ध्वजरक्षक टोली राष्ट्रीय ध्वज को लेकर इस प्रांगण से विदा होगी। राष्ट्रीय ध्वज के सम्मान में अपने स्थान पर खड़े रहकर उसे सम्मान दें।
राष्ट्रीय ध्वजरक्षक टोली बाएं से बाएं दिशा बदलते रंग बाएं मूवमेंट करें मूवमेंट करें।
तिरंगे को जिससे तेरी शान है, हमेशा ऊंचा रखना है इसका, जब तक दिलों में जान है। ध्वजरक्षक टोली प्रांगण से स्मार्ट मार्चिंग एवं उत्तम दर्जे की ड्रिल का प्रदर्शन करते हुए विदा लेते हुए आज की ये बेहद खास शाम अपने अंत तक आ पहुंची है, परंतु विदा लेने से पहले आप सभी ने हमें अपनी उपस्थिति से अनुग्रहित किया। इसके लिए मैं महिला आरक्षक तनिष्क 165 बटालियन कमांडेंट श्री अजय शर्मा और समस्त प्रहरी परिवार की तरफ से आपका पधारने हेतु हार्दिक आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Now the entire gate is used to open, but now the entire gate
Pictures coming in from the India-Pakistan border in Jammu as the BSF pays tribute to the 26 victims of the Pahalgam terror attack.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
MDH का किचन किंग किचन में हो तो हम सब कुछ बना सकते हैं। बैंगन का भरता, आलू गोभी, भिंडी मसाला और भी बहुत कुछ।
MDH.
Mahi sir, how much do you love your fans?
Honestly, I love my new fans. पुराने वाले बेकार में शोर करते।
सर फैंस है, शोर तो करेंगे ही ना।
नए वाले नहीं करते। And they listen to what I say.
The new generation Orient BLDC fans, super silent performance with voice control.
सिली में आए तो और
Cricket fans.
सस्ते वाले दाल मसाले स्वाद हुआ बेकार। MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला। चलते यार तुम मौत ही कश्मीर की
Republic positive influencer Astha Kotari talks about the 5 different forms of journaling. Let's watch it.
A very important and fundamental aspect of mental and emotional wellness is something called self-awareness. And there are many tools that can help us to build this sense of self-awareness. But one of the most important ones is something called journaling. Did you know that there are 5 types of journaling, each with a different intention and each working uniquely on the individual? So let's explore them. The first one is something called gratitude journaling. And quite literally, it forces us to just focus on the positive things that happen to us on a daily basis and that we might tend to ignore in the stream of things. For example, today, I'm truly grateful for the fact that my friend called me up and took the time out to check up on me. Choose 3 to 5 things that are unique and specific to that day and really try and feel that sense of appreciation for them. The second one is called emotional journaling. And this is particularly helpful for people to deep dive into their emotions and answer uncomfortable questions such as, why am I feeling this way and what triggered me to move into this mental state? Is it from my past or is it something specific that has been bothering me? What can I do to change how I feel about this situation? The third one is something called affirmative journaling, and the intention behind this is to build a sense of self-belief in overcoming challenging situations. If you're dealing with a tough phase in your life, it might help you to remind yourself of your capabilities. So writing down your strengths or writing down statements like, even though I am going through this particular difficult phase, I know I will overcome it with grace. Repeating this and using the power of repetition can really build a mindset shift in such cases. The fourth one is a little more fun, and it's dream journaling. The basic premise of this is to silence your analytical and logical mind and to vividly recall details about your dreams, the people you were talking to, what you saw, the color of the clothes that they were wearing. Remember, there's no right or wrong. Journaling is a very personal process, and the entire intention is for you to strengthen the relationship with your mind. The fifth one is for all the art lovers, and it's called art journaling. It involves bringing out all the crayons, colors, watercolors, and just letting your creative mind flow. Observe the colors, absorb them. There's no masterpiece that you need to create. The entire point, once again, is just to build the creative mind and watch how art can really do therapy. If you are a parent watching this video, these are great activities for you to do with your child over the weekend and to help them to explore themselves a little better. I really hope that you try these out and that this video has added value to you. So happy journaling.
Mahi sir, how much do you love your fans?
Honestly, I love my new fans. पुराने वाले बेकार में शोर करते
सर फैंस हैं शोर तो करेंगे ही ना
नए वाले नहीं करते and they listen to what I say.
The new generation Orient BLDC fans. Super silent performance with voice control.
सिली में आए तो और
Cricket fans.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने। इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
आपके घर के खाने में रेस्टोरेंट जैसा स्वाद ले आए MDH का शाही पनीर मसाला। पनीर को क्या मस्त बना डाला।
As far as the strike options are concerned for the Indian Armed Forces, so you see,
Summer is here. Is your home ready for the heat? Keep your roof cool and your home comfortable all summer with Roof Cool and Seal. पसीना मत बहाओ, बर्जर रूफ कूल एंड सील लगाओ।
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
MDH का किचन किंग किचन में हो तो हम सब कुछ बना सकते हैं। बैंगन का भरता, आलू गोभी, भिंडी मसाला और भी बहुत कुछ।
MDH. Mahi sir, how much do you love your fans?
Honestly, I love my new fans. पुराने वाले बेकार में शोर करते।
सर फैंस हैं, शोर तो करेंगे ही ना।
नए वाले नहीं करते। And they listen to what I say.
The new generation Orient BLDC fans. Super silent performance with voice control.
Silly me, I thought.
Cricket fans.
अब आया असली स्वाद।
जब स्वाद के पड़े हो लाले तो MDH का चंकी चाट मसाला डालें। MDH का चंकी चाट मसाला।
MDH।
At Republic School of Journalism, you won't just learn how to report the news. You will learn from the people who shape it. At Republic School of Journalism, you will meet India's top newsmakers and learn live. Inside Republic headquarters, there's news happening in every room. Apply on republicschoolofjournalism.com. Applications are open.
Mahi sir, how much do you love your fans?
Honestly, I love my new fans. पुराने वाले बेकार में शोर करते।
सर फैंस हैं, शोर तो करेंगे ही ना।
नए वाले नहीं करते। And they listen to what I say.
The new generation Orient BLDC fans. Super silent performance with voice control.
Silly me, I thought.
Cricket fans.
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
सस्ते वाले दाल मसाले स्वाद हुआ बेकार। MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
As far as the strike options are concerned for the Indian Armed Forces, so you see the first priority will be the launch pads, the terrorist launch pads from where these terrorists come in. They basically take harbor or take rest, then they reorganize and regroup, and from there they are dispatched by the Pakistan fraternity. And so keeping this in mind, we have places like
from Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
The Saturday edition of This is Exclusive with me, Shavinson. Multiple combing operations being carried out by the forces, and that's the reason why Pakistan is completely in a panic mode. Tonight on This is Exclusive, we will also take you through the latest details now coming in. These details are not just of the operation that has been carried out, but also how Pakistan is responding now. Divisions are being moved. In fact, tonight on This is Exclusive, we're going to take you through what's really happening in Jammu and Kashmir and how this is sending shiver down the spine of the Pakistani army. But first, let's take you through the headlines we are tracking at this hour. Indian Army in action, door-to-door search operations underway in South Kashmir along with the Jammu and Kashmir police. Major crackdown on terror over ground workers linked to banned terror outfits being hunted down. Indian Army begins artillery drills along the line of control amid escalating tensions with Pakistan. Pakistan goes in a complete panic mode, moves army column to the line of control. Massive explosion in Iran's Bandar Abbas port, 4 deaths confirmed, over 500 people injured. We will hunt them down. Their sketches are now out. Ladies and gentlemen, those who are behind the Pahalgam attack are likely to be hunted down any time from now. In fact, information that we have with us is with regards to the multiple combing operations that are being carried out. Over a dozen operations have already been carried out in various districts of Kashmir. Massive operations are underway across Jammu and Kashmir. These, what we are going to see in a short while from now, are exclusive images that have been accessed by Republic TV for the door-to-door searches that have been carried out by the Jammu and Kashmir police. In fact, these are multiple raids at residence of terrorists, terror associates in Srinagar as well as in South Kashmir. I'm going to start with the first image that you're seeing on your screen right now. These are visuals of the searches that were carried out today in Srinagar. In fact, as you can see, Jammu and Kashmir police with all advanced technology carrying out these searches, because there are basically reports essentially coming in that several of these terror associates have been operating from South Kashmir itself. Right now on your screens, these are the latest images of the combing operation that was carried out earlier in the day. Mind you, all these images that we are showing right now, these are all deferred visuals. These are not operations that are going on as we speak, but these are operations that were carried out earlier, and now we have accessed these images just to give you a sense of how our forces, including the Jammu and Kashmir police, is in complete action mode right now, carrying out searches at multiple areas. In fact, Kulgam, Kupwara, Kishtwar, these are some of the places where searches have been carried out in the last 48 hours. This, what you see right now, is inside the home, the residence of one of the terror associates. In fact, we are given to understand 66 OGWs have been tracked down. We're going to take you through the details in a short while from now as far as the overground workers are concerned. But on your screens right now are the searches that are being carried out. These are door-to-door searches that are being carried out, which certainly isn't easy in the current circumstances. But remember, the Jammu and Kashmir police, along with the Indian Army, has also carried out multiple searches. But these searches are primarily being carried out by the SOG, the Special Operation Group of the Jammu and Kashmir police, carrying out the searches. We stay full frame with these visuals while we also go across to my colleague Zeenat, our Srinagar Bureau Chief, joining us right now, getting us the latest details. Zeenat, images on our screens right now are of the door-to-door searches that have been carried out. Help us understand the number of searches that have been carried out. How far have the Jammu and Kashmir police been able to get to some sort of a logical conclusion?
See, Shravan, first of all, this is 64 is a huge number, and that you conduct the raids in one go. All the places were touched in the Srinagar steep, from downtown Srinagar to uptown Srinagar. The searches were carried by the Srinagar police. Srinagar police, along with the SOG, it's a cargo-based unit that carry the anti-terror operation, have specialization in as known as the counter-terrorism grid. They have conducted the raids in the Srinagar city along. This was on the direction of the SSP Srinagar, Dr. Sandeep. Meanwhile, we are also seeing these so the places that were searched, they have the criminal records, they have the links with the terror associates, they have the links with the overground workers. These workers come from the outfits like JKLF, outfit known for Yasin Malik. Yasin Malik is the chief of band JKLF, then TRF, JEM, LET. and also TRF. These all outfits have been involved in multiple cases in the last 3 decades or so, particularly if we see the track record of Yasin Milk's JKLF, JEM or the LET and the mouthpieces of the Lashkar like TRF. These terror associates or the overground workers, they have been involved in the multiple crimes. Today, their doors were again knocked by the Srinagar police. They carried the length and breadth across. In Srinagar police carried the searches in all these areas, be it the uptowns, Chanapura, Batmalu, Zuni Marg, Safa Kadal, Khankai Maula or the Babadam. All these areas were touched by the Srinagar police, because if you see the Srinagar's topography simply of the downtown, where you have the lanes, by-lanes, and those by-lanes and lanes are very narrow, that has always helped the terror outfits to make their escape. Once there used to be a cordon search operation. Now, even the police would not dare to go in these lanes and by-lanes. If you go through the chronology of the downtown of the Srinagar, where the attacks would carry against the security forces or the policemen. But this time, the Srinagar police is going all out and going inside all these lanes and by-lanes. In fact, the terror associates and the overgrown workers have already been registered with the UAPA cases, and some of them are already languishing in the jail. Some of them had been taken. Some of their cases have also been taken up by the NIA.
Zina, I'll request you to stay on with us, because what I'm going to do right now is going to take our viewers through the details of the operations that have been carried out. Who are these overground workers? How are they all connected? This is extremely important to understand, as my colleague Zeenat was also pointing out, because we are talking about searches that have been carried out in one single day. What you see right now is the raids that have been carried out at the houses of 64 terror associates. They are also known as the overground workers. They are essentially those who have been aiding the terrorists, particularly in moving around. Remember, in the valley itself, it hasn't been easy, and that is the reason why, remember, the kind of logistical support that has been provided are provided by these overground workers. They are active in Jammu and Kashmir. They are on the radar. In fact, they've been identified in thousands. In fact, they've already been identified lengths on the terror associates of the banned outfits. We're going to take you through which are the outfits with which they have been associated, along with the Lashkar-e-Toiba as well as Jaish-e-Mohammed, Hizbul Mujahideen. You also have the ISJK as well as the JKLF. TRF again happens to be one of the offshoots of the Lashkar-e-Toiba, and they are all OGWs who have been working as far as they are concerned. They have all been hunted down by the forces. Now, these are the OGWs who have been working here, and without their support, remember, the movement of these terrorists could not have been possible, and that is the reason why the Jammu and Kashmir police is now basically looking at targeting them. Let's also take you through some more breaking news now coming in with regards to how they are connected, because there are cases that have already been registered against them. It turns out that they have essentially been able to track them down, look at their past cases that have been registered against them. There is also the Public Safety Act that has been brought into the picture. In fact, as my colleague has been pointing out, UAPA sections have also been invoked. In fact, OGWs have already been booked. Zina, just a quick response from you with regards to the total number, because there is a lot of confusion. Initially, we were told that 250 have already been questioned. So what's the current situation? How many have been detained? How many have been arrested? And the fact that, does that mean that the Jammu and Kashmir police right now has credible link to hunt down the attackers involved in Pahalgam?
See, the raids are being conducted across Kashmir Valley only to hunt down those perpetrators who have carried this gruesome attack. As far as the numbers are concerned, we see in Srinagar some 63 people, their residences have been scanned and searches. Even the digital evidences have been collected from the places. Then if we go to the South Kashmir has the districts like Pulwama, then you have Shopian, Kulgam, then Avantipur, Anantnag. These are the 4 districts of the South Zone. There 175 people have been interrogated so far. So if you count 175 plus 63, it is somewhere coming around more than 260 people have been questioned.
So that's
in
the breaking
all
news.
these days. The 170 coming from the
263
Anantnag in the last 3 days. And
so you're saying over 200 have been already questioned in the last 3 days, if I'm correct. That's the breaking news now coming in.
Yes, Shravan. This is a figure that is officially there because Srinagar police has officially said that it's around 64 people they have been questioning and the searches were conducted. And this is not the normal crackdown on the terror. Normal people, in fact, the people's inconvenience was also seen that people should not feel any inconvenience during the raid. So only those who are the listed in the diaries of the Srinagar police, only those were touched. So police is going very specifically penetrating to those who have the criminal records or who are based in Srinagar with the logistics of the terror outfits. So that is the point that has been taken into account when Srinagar police carried today's raids.
Well, thank you very much, Zeerath, for getting us the latest details. The breaking news now coming in on This Is Exclusive. Over 200 have already been booked. They are all OGWs that have been booked so far. Let's now quickly move to the other big story that we're getting you tonight on This Is Exclusive. India has now begun the diplomatic strike against terror-sponsor state Pakistan. And amid the escalating tensions between the two nations, India is already preparing as far as the military front is concerned. There have been multiple ceasefire violations that have taken place along the line of control in the last few days itself, what is known as speculative firing on the part of the Pakistani. Indian forces have basically retaliated, gave a befitting reply. In fact, as we speak, remember over the last few hours, last few days, there have been multiple drills that have been carried out. Indian Army has conducted 3-day-long artillery drills along the line of control to prepare for any mischievous attempt from across the border. The drills were carried out earlier. We're not putting out the details of when, where these drills have been carried out. We are just putting out the exclusive images of the drills that have been carried out earlier. Just to give you a sense of how prepared our forces are right now and why exactly in a short while from now you'll really know that Pakistan is in a complete panic mode. This is why. In the visuals, you can see heavy artillery firing drills that are being conducted in the forward areas that are close to Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. We're going to also tell you how the civilians are responding, but I want to stay with these visuals first. I'm not very sure right now if we can just play out the visuals because I could also hear there are artillery firing that you can hear. They are for 10 seconds. Hear them out. Okay, so what you see right now on your screens, this is the drill that has been carried out earlier in the day, and this is from one of the forward location area. I'm going to play that out once again. I'm going to play this out once again for you to just get a sense of how the army is basically ensuring they're carrying out all these drills, sending across a message. This is all done with a sublime message to the Pakistanis that just be prepared. Well, in fact, now let's take you through fearing a strong retaliation from the Indian forces. What has essentially happened, Pakistan has already responded, which I'm going to play out in a short while from now. That how Pakistan is responding to these very drills that are being carried out and what's really happening on the other side. That I'm going to play out in a short while from now. But before that, take a look at how our civilians are really preparing for it. The unfortunate part is because of this, what is happening in the border, the civilians are certainly having a tough time. But they say they are all prepared and that they are standing firm with the Indian Army. This is a report coming in from the international border.
हमारे को ये कहा गया कि रेंज से तब मत जाओ, 4 बजे तक नहीं जाएंगे हम इधर, उसके बाद जाना ही पड़ेगा इधर, क्यों लकड़ी इधर से लाते हैं हम, पानी इधर से मिलता है, घास इधर से मिलता है, पशु हमारे इधर भाग जाते हैं, क्या करें, जो मदद है हम करेंगे, जो मांग के हिसाब से मदद हम देंगे। गोलू की बातें आती रहती हैं, फोटो पड़ जाती हैं, बच्चे रोने शुरू हो जाते हैं, सोते भी नहीं है बच्चे दुआके के साथ।
Days after Pahalgam terror attack, now the border security force has downscaled the beating the retreat ceremony, wherein no celebration or any of the culture program is being allowed. Right now we are at the Indo-Pakistan border in the Octroi, where you will see that the border security force has been deployed and the security grid has been now strengthened. The BSF troops are keeping a strict vigil on each and every movement, and also this place from where the Indo-Pakistan international border is just 100 meters ahead. The Indo-Pakistan first line of Defence of the India, 100-meter ahead board that you see, and now a lock has been placed at this gate because this gate leads to the zero line. But as a precautionary measure to actually decimate any attempt of the adversary Pakistan that may attempt to disrupt peace or to target the civilians, those who go for in the forward area, the border area, the zero line access has been now restricted for the civilians, and it has completely been blocked till the time we have seen the attempts or the situation de-escalates on the international border. This decision has been taken by the border security force in view of the security of the civilians that goes to the zero line, but there is nothing that the trust can be done on the Pakistani side, and that's why the decision has been taken that there will be no movement, and also downscaling the beating the retreat ceremony here at the international border.
Now let me tell you how Pakistan is responding to all of this. They are in a complete panic mode. The reason being, in the last 48 hours, there have been multiple movements that are actually taking place. In a short while from now, I'm going to tell you what's happening right at the line of control and why exactly Pakistan has suddenly started moving their army divisions. In fact, there are 2 army divisions that have already been moved. So much so, these latest images that we are going to show you is a clear indication that Pakistan is worried. Pakistan is nervous. Pakistan is completely jittery. They know that something big is going to happen. And how exactly would they really respond? Because they're not prepared at all. And that is the reason why what they've essentially been doing over the last 24 hours, a little over 24 hours actually, where they have indulged or resorted to speculative firing. They basically trying to target our Indian posts, hoping that there will be some sort of a retaliation, hoping to find out how exactly will India really respond. Yes, of course, we have responded. We have retaliated well. We have retaliated hard, strong, and ensured that the Indian posts are absolutely safe. But this has basically resulted in a situation that Pakistan is currently, what you are seeing right now on your screens, they have basically increased their deployment. In fact, 2 army divisions have been moved. Can we also put this on our breaking grid right now? The 2 army divisions of Pakistan have actually been moved to the line of control. I'm told that division number 34 of the Pakistani army has actually been moved. Right now on our screens, we're going to just stay with this. Pakistan ISI is also worried because they do not know what's going to really come right now. Let me go across to my colleague Gursimran. We'll stay full frame with these visuals coming in. Gursimran, I'm given to understand that at least 2 divisions have already moved of the Pakistani army. As far as the Navy is concerned and the Air Force is concerned, I'm not very well versed with it right now, but I can at least say this from my sources that Pakistan has already moved 2 divisions. Can you add to the information that I have with me right now in terms of the movement, and also help us describe the images that we are playing out right now for our viewers, where these visuals from and what does this indicate?
Shawan, what has happened that after India's response, the diplomatic response that India has given to the Pakistan after the Pahalgam terror attack, the Pakistan is now rattled, and they know that the India will hit back because they know what the past has been, be it 2016 Uri terror attack when India responded 10 days after the attack, or 2019 Pulwama terror attack when India responded 12 days after the attack. Now the Pakistan is in shambles. They know that their internal situation is not good. So what they are doing, that they are preparing themselves for everything that is coming, and that's why 2 divisions of the Pakistani army have been moved from the headquarters of the Pakistani army towards the line of control. This has been done as Pakistan is of the view that India will strike back Pakistan, and strike back in such a manner that Pakistan needs an additional deployment to at least safeguard themselves from the India's wrath. Second, as you mentioned, that there has been a deployment of the Pakistan when it comes to the Pakistani Air Force. There have been regular movement of the Pakistani Air Force operating from the Pakistan's Noor Khan Air Base in Rawalpindi towards the line of control and the international border area, because they want to keep an eye that what India is doing, and so does is the case of the Pakistani intelligence agency ISI, that has deployed their additional staff to the 13 Chenab Rangers area that is in the Jammu international border that are keeping an eye on the movement that is taking place on the Indian side. Because see, Pakistan knows that the India's top leadership has made it amply clear to them that India will track, hunt and will punish the perpetrators, backer and also the supporters and handlers of these terrorists who have carried out the Pahalgam terror attack. So Pakistan is well aware that the backers are there back in Pakistan. They want to safeguard themselves and that's why they are keeping a surveillance on the movement of Indian side. But Indian side say that they are well aware and a high alert has been sounded on the Indo-Pakistan international border in the Jammu region.
Well, 2 army divisions have been moved. Pak Army after the Navy, which basically carried out a failed test of the Karachi coast. Now you have the Pakistan Army not realizing what's going to really come forward, whether it's going to be a surgical strike or whether it's going to be a rerun of what happened as far as Balakot is concerned, or would it be that the entire terror infrastructure is completely dismantled, destroyed by the forces? What's going to come? And that's the reason why there was a National Security Council meeting that was actually called by the Pakistan Prime Minister. In fact, he's saying that let's have a neutral probe. Now that's how worried they are, because they now have actually pushed TRF, that's the offshoot of Lashkar, to actually withdraw the statement, saying that they did not even carry out the Pahalgam attack. So that's a clear indication of how nervous Pakistan is right now. Let me just quickly go across to my colleague Gursimran. Gursimran, it seems that the National Security Council meeting has also been called in. They are taking stock of the situation. What's really happening with the Pakistani Army chief? Because it seems after that stupid statement that he made with regards to Kashmir, the jugular vein statement that was made, he's gone completely silent. Is it because there is a lot of backlash right now in Pakistan?
See, now the Pakistani army knows that it is the Pakistani army that has to face the Indian army, because when the statement was made, it was only the political leadership of the Pakistan that has to make, because it was a statement that was made by the Pakistani army chief and there was nothing situation escalating on the international border or on the line of control. So Pakistan army was, it was just that he made, the Pakistani army chief made the statement, and it was for the political parties or the government of Pakistan to see what will be the repercussions for them. But now the situation has completely changed. It's now the onus lies completely on the Pakistani army, and that's why you see that even during the passing out parade there was no speech of the Pakistani army chief. It was only the Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif who spoke about various issues, including that of the Indus Water Treaty kept in abeyance by the Indian side. So Pakistani army is now on back foot. They want that at least they should be safe. That is actually what they are hoping for. Otherwise there has been not even a single appearance of the Pakistani army chief.
Thank you very much, Gursimran, for getting us the latest details on This Is Exclusive. Tonight we've got you what's really happening inside Pakistan. Over the next few days on This Is Exclusive, we're going to get you a full ground report and how exactly are the Pakistani army particularly is responding to it. The internal details will be out on This Is Exclusive. That's all that we could pack in this edition.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
आपके घर के खाने में रेस्टोरेंट जैसा स्वाद ले आए MDH का शाही पनीर मसाला। पनीर को क्या मस्त बना डाला।
Mahi sir, how much do you love your fans?
Honestly, I love my new fans. पुराने वाले बेकार में शोर करते।
सर फैंस हैं, शोर तो करेंगे ही ना।
नए वाले नहीं करते। And they listen to what I say.
The new generation Orient BLDC fans. Super silent performance with voice control.
Silly me आए तो और
Cricket fans.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
जुलदे यार तू मौत की कसम है। কোনটি কোনটি বেটি কোনটি
আপনি বলুন হিন্দু বলে বেড়েছে বলুন কাল রাতে আমাকে বলেছেন হিন্দু বলে মেরেছে বলুন বলুন আপনি
মুসলিম আপনি কি কালমা পড়তে জানেন? না জানি না।
বলুন এদের বলুন সেকুলার নেতাদের বলুন
এভাবে টেনে আর আগের দিনে যেহেতু বৃষ্টি হয়েছে ওখানে কাদাও ছিল আমার বাচ্চাটাকে টেনে দেখছি করে চেঁচাতে যাচ্ছে আমি না বুঝতে পারিনি কি হলো হঠাৎ কি হলো আমি পেছনে যখন ঘুরি তখন দেখি ডিস্টেন্স ছিল ধরুন আমি আপনি একটা লোক
Summer is here. Is your home ready for the heat? Keep your roof cool and your home comfortable all summer with Roof Cool and Seal. पसीना मत बहाओ, बर्जर रूफ कूल एंड सील लगाओ.
Mahi sir, how much do you love your fans?
Honestly, I love my new fans. पुराने वाले बेकार में शोर करते
सर फैंस हैं शोर तो करेंगे ही ना
नए वाले नहीं करते and they listen to what I say.
The new generation Orient BLDC fans. Super silent performance with voice control.
सिली में आए तो और
Cricket fans.
MDH की देगी मिर्च
देगी मिर्च का तड़का अंग अंग फड़का
MDH की देगी मिर्च.
As far as the strike options are concerned for the Indian Armed Forces, so you see the first priority will be the launch pads, the terrorist launch pads from where these terrorists come in. They basically take harbor or take rest. Then they reorganize and regroup, and from there they are dispatched by the Pakistan fraternity. And so keeping this in mind, we have places like Muridke, then you have Shankargarh, Bimbar, then Kotli, you have a place called Samani, then Rawala Kot, Lipa, then you have Kundal Shahi, then you have Taubat and Kale. So these are the hubs where all the tanzeems are there. They are like, transit camps for these infiltrators. So when they are infiltrating or into India, or they are exfiltrating back to Pakistan from India, from our territory.
There are many places to study journalism within four walls. But if you want to live it and learn live, come to the Republic School of Journalism. At Republic School of Journalism, our campus is your classroom. You learn live inside Asia's largest integrated news center. RepublicschoolofJournalism.com. Applications open.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
अब आया असली स्वाद.
अब आया स्वाद
जब स्वाद के पड़े हो लाले तो MDH का चंकी चाट मसाला डालें. MDH का चंकी चाट मसाला.
MDH
Mahi sir, how much do you love your fans?
Honestly, I love my new fans. पुराने वाले बेकार में शोर करते
सर फैंस हैं शोर तो करेंगे ही ना
नए वाले नहीं करते and they listen to what I say.
The new generation Orient BLDC fans. Super silent performance with voice control.
सिली में आए तो और
Cricket fans.
MDH का किचन किंग किचन में हो तो हम सब कुछ बना सकते हैं. बैंगन का भरता, आलू गोभी, भिंडी मसाला और भी बहुत कुछ.
MDH.
At Republic School of Journalism, you won't just learn how to report the news. You will learn from the people who shape it. At Republic School of Journalism, you will meet India's top newsmakers and learn live inside Republic headquarters there's news happening in every room. Apply on republicschoolofjournalism.com. Applications are open.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic. From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Exchange of fire reported between terrorists and forces in South Kashmir's Kulgam. Search operation underway. Indian Army successfully bust a terrorist hideout in the Machil area of Kupwara district. Cache of arms recovered, including AK rifles. The face of Pakistan, that's their real identity. Pakistan Defence Attaché in the United Kingdom publicly threatens protesters, including Indian diaspora, makes life-threatening gestures, throat-slitting gestures at Indian diaspora outside High Commission. Shameless Pakistanis. Protests against Pakistan at a global stage. Indian diaspora demonstrating anger outside Pakistan High Commission in London, Copenhagen, Melbourne. Mysterious explosion in Iran's Bandar Abbas port. Over 500 injured, 4 killed, according to the Iran state media. Thank you for staying with us here on Republic TV as we get you every single update minute by minute on India's fight against terror. Getting in another breaking news update right now on the show this evening. Let's quickly go across through that. In Jammu and Kashmir, the Kishtwar administration has banned the sale of army uniforms in order to stop the misuse of uniforms of our armed personnel by subversive elements, namely Pakistan elements. A ban has been placed following reports of potential misuse of such uniforms by anti-national elements intending to disturb public order. There is no unauthorized sale of stitching of army uniforms. The sale of army uniforms that is now allowed. This is after, even in Pahalgam, the terrorists reportedly wore military fatigues when they entered the Baisaran meadows and opened fire on the 26 Indians. And in the wake of that, there have been intelligence reports warning of further retaliation, further attacks by misuse of uniforms. Getting in some more breaking news now in the aftermath of the Pahalgam terror attack. Army, police launching search operations across Jammu and Kashmir all of today, including in Kulgam, Sopore, Kupwara. Forces have recovered arms and ammunition. Aravat is joining us on the phone line. We'll try and get him live as well. Aravat, Gursimran, Rakshita, everyone's live. Let's go across to Aravat for details on the anti-terror operations. Aravat?
The person you are...
Aravat, can you hear me? Just checking if my colleague Aravat is on the phone line as we get in details of anti-terror operations, even in Kulgam now. Kulgam, Kupwara, Sopore, all of today, forces swooping down. Aravat is joining us live now. Okay, let me go across to him. Aravat, what's the latest multiple locations where these operations are on. Without giving out operational details, if we can give a broad headline of each of these locations, what is happening?
Yes, absolutely, Niranjan. We have seen after the deadly attack in Pahalgam, we have seen that there are dozens of the locations across the Kashmir Valley where we have seen that the search operation has been launched this morning. Whether we will talk about the North Kashmir's Baramulla district, where also we have seen that the search operation was carried out in the Sopore in the North Kashmir. Then after we have seen the same kind of operations also in the Banipora, where 2 days back we have seen that the OGW of the Lashkar-e-Taiba has been shot dead by the terrorists, by the forces there during the exchange of the fire. Then after we have seen also the same kind of operations is also taking place in the South Kashmir's Pahalgam district, where we have seen that the 2 OGWs of the Lashkar have been also arrested by the joint security forces. Also we have seen that the huge cache of observation have been recovered. These are the operations that are taking place in the Kashmir Valley after the deadly attack here in the Pahalgam. We have also seen that the credible intelligence input was received with the Kupwara police that there is some input that the movement of the terrorists in the Machal sector. Then after we have seen the same kind of the search operation were carried out by the joint security forces, and we have seen the huge cache of arms and ammunition have also been recovered there. If we'll talk about the recovery, the 4 AK series shot weapons and other things have been recovered from that very locations in the Kupwara sector. It indicates the alertness of the forces in the Kupwara, where we have seen the search were carried out after receiving the credible intelligence, the movement of the terrorists in the area. Also, if we'll talk about the South Kashmir, Shopian and Pulwama, right now we have seen that the large number of the operations are taking place, including the Jammu and Kashmir Police, Rashtra Rifles and other paramilitary security forces are doing door-to-door search operation following the human and the technical based inputs that then after we have seen the operation was launched. Also, if right now we are standing here in the Pahalgam, multiple operations are here also underway. We have seen in the evening hours that the air surveillance was also done in the entire area. All the entry and exit points have been completely sealed, and we have seen the all the entry and exit points have been sealed. The identity of the individuals are being asked by the security forces. Also, we have seen the combing operation is still going on where the incident happened on 22, and we have seen in with deadly attack that the 26th civilian was killed by the terrorists. Yes, Niranjan.
Let me go across also to Gurusimran, joining us with the details. Gurusimran, we're looking at pictures, and in the last 1 hour itself, we have received some details of, gunfire also being exchanged.
Yes, it was in Pahalgam, Niranjan, where the exchange of where the speculative fire was done on some of the suspected movement, though the officials confirmed that there has not been any exchange of fire or encounter that has taken place in South Kashmir's Pahalgam. Pahalgam is the same place from where a group of terrorists managed to escape, that is on 23rd of April, a day after the Pahalgam terror attack, and this group's recovery has been made as they were living in a hideout. The video of which was also accessed, which shows that how they were living inside cave-like structures that they have made. Now coming to the anti-terror operations are now being launched by the Jammu and Kashmir Police along with the Indian Army, the special forces of the Indian Army that are operating in the upper reaches of the Anantnag, and also by the CRPF's quick action team, that is their Valley QAT, that is specially tasked for the valley based operations to carry out these anti-terror operations in the areas where there are close cornered area or dense forested area. Now coming to the operations have been intensified in at least 4 districts of the South Kashmir, that includes Shopian, Pulwama, Anantnag, and also in the Pahalgam district. And we are told that Ganderbal and Srinagar also there are large scale operations, because it is believed that the associates of the 4 terrorists that were involved in the Pahalgam terror attack, they are active as a ground cadre in Ganderbal as well as Srinagar, and also the advisory that has been issued that reads that there is a possible threat to the minority community, that is the Hindu employees that are living in the Kashmir Valley, and also the Kashmiri Pandits and the government employees of the railways and the officials from the Jammu and Kashmir Police CID wing. So they all are under the threat as per the input that has been received by the Jammu and Kashmir Police, and that is what we are witnessing on ground, the intensified checking at the various locations and the search operations being intensified at the locations of these terrorists, terror associates and their handlers that have in the past have worked with these terrorists to carry out attack or presently are suspected to be helping them. Niranjan.
Okay, thank you for joining us with those inputs. Stay with us, both Gursimran and Arawa joining us from different parts of Kashmir. I'm getting in some more breaking news right now that amid the prevailing situation along the India-Pakistan border, BSF Rajasthan has also conducted a 3-day visit across forward areas from Sri Ganganagar to Jaisalmer. And during his visit, he reviewed security arrangements at border outposts in Jaisalmer, also Bikaner districts. He also chaired a key review meeting at the sector headquarters in Jaisalmer with security agencies, local administration. The BSF assuring that the border security force remains fully vigilant, is prepared to counter any challenges along the international border. Those are pictures of the meeting that was held earlier today. So the BSF, of course, guards the international border, and at the line of control, the army is in control. Gursimran is joining us. Gursimran, you've been, reporting